Alrighty, Shark Customs, we're rolling. Again, you get a double shot tonight. We had the jet boat. Yeah, it's on its trailer. We took it down to the river. It ran, as far as I'm concerned, it was probably, I don't know if it was twice as fast. It had some punch out of the hole. I think there could be some, there could be some tweaking. Maybe try a couple different impellers on it. Right now I've only got two of the same impeller. I think probably casting, some different ones, getting them in there, trying them out. It had a lot of punch out of the hole. Of course, I didn't get to do any, crazy vortex donuts that I wanted to do, and I'll show you why. I'm just going to roll this ahead on its trailer. So, on the nozzle, I've got this bracket here which is hooked, to the servo. And as you can see what was going on there. Yeah, these two bolts right here holding this bracket, yeah, they came loose. So I almost had no, what was happening is this was sliding. It was doing that. It was doing the whole, so I couldn't even get like left turn. I could only barely go, to the right. So we'll get that fixed up, and there is a way. So that's my furthest point there, and the other way, that's my furthest point. Now I can get more out of the nozzle by taking, because it's hitting the internal nozzle, which is stationary. And what I do is I take about 1/4 of an inch off of that nozzle inside there, and then where the tube goes in, I just grind some more out of here. And the same as this side, I grind, just sand some of the plastic off here, so I can get, I probably get, another 1/4 inch this way and another 1/4 inch that way, and then obviously fix this. Fix this, so that's on there better. I'll probably remake this whole bracket. I don't know why. I just had this bracket in a bunch of RC. I have a boxes over there on the bench in there. It's just called RC stuff, and I'm constantly looking through it for things that just kind of work. I'll probably just make a whole new bracket without the slot, so it just bolts on there, and I'll put some Loctite on these bolts so that they can't come loose. But other than that, I think the boat, with the 40mm pump, I have not inspected inside the pump. I don't think it sucked anything up. I have to do a float test to, I was getting a little bit of water in there, and we're getting a little bit of down here under the pipe, which, is pretty natural. We're getting a little bit of oil residue, off of the pipe. I could probably combat that by putting something down there to soak it up temporary, so it kind of keeps the inside of the boat. Because if you just let that keep going and going and going, get a little bit of oil build up in there, and then, dust and dirt and stuff land on it, and it ends up, right now the inside of the boat looks fairly clean, other than where that oil residue is. So yeah, I don't know, maybe you could put a maxi pad or something down there to absorb the oil, but I'll do a float test. I'll see where the water's, we're getting a little bit. It's not much. It's not even really much of a concern to me. I just need to drill another hole in the upper corner of the boat, so that when I do get a bit of water in there, because these holes that I drilled, for the hoses, the inlet and the outlet, they're so tight no water would come out them. I actually pulled the exit tube out off camera, dumped all the water out it, and then I just threw the hose. kind of overboard like that, and I ran it, couple more times. you know, the steering just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So eventually, yeah, we weren't there more than, you know, more than 5 minutes. But yeah, we'll definitely do some more. You know, with the jet boat. I'm just gonna set it right here. I'm gonna set it right here for now. I'm gonna pull this and pull this other. We'll keep the radio with it. It's a Fly Sky. Did you notice in the boat? I don't know if I discussed it before, but we've got, so this is a Fly Sky from one of the Bajas that I've been just scavenging parts from. I put the whole radio box right out of the Baja in the boat. Just 2 screws right there. Perfect. Got my little antenna. Got my little charge port. Got a switch underneath here, so I can turn it on and off, which is kind of, you know, kind of nice. Yeah, that servo. Might swap that servo out. Listen to it. It's old. I think it's okay, but yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll swap it out for a Metal Gear, high torque. Maybe something a little, just with a little. I think it's probably got enough in it. I'm gonna pull this up. So I did a little short video today. I was, this is the new, it's going to be probably another hot rod, but we're going to go wides all around. We got, this is a pretty sick motor. Not even really sure what it is. I have to reconfigure this pipe because it can't stick out. It cannot stick out past the frame here. And I'm not sure. Probably have to do some slicing and dicing. Now, I ran this car yesterday for maybe 10 minutes, and it was doing some pretty funky stuff. But it was fast. It was blistering fast. I actually lost a back wheel because I didn't have the bolts all tight. But yeah, so that little short video I did today was a result of, as I was trying to do donuts in here, this small space, because this thing is so stout. It was doing them. It was doing the donuts, and then I clipped the, you know, the stove I powder coat in over there, and this was the I-beam. This was the I-beam that was on the front of this thing, and as you can see, I snapped. Not unusual, but you know, putting those 2 bolts that close together, it's like you're, you know, I did make a splint. See that? I made a splint just so I could take it over into the parking lot and do a test run, but the camber on this wheel was like just wicked tilt. It still has a bit of camber, and I'm gonna try and figure that out. But yeah, that was what the my little short machining video was this new and improved I-beam. It's a little thicker in this area. These still need to be fastened, and you notice I only put one bolt into the trailing arms that kind of hold this all on there. The shocks is what kind of holds it. Maybe I'll do little shackles off of the you know, the leaf spring eyelets. I did step, so I can actually show you using this one. So when I made this I-beam, you know, this bottom section here, what I did is I stepped this up that far, like, you know, roughly a 1/4 inch. It made it a little bit more of a drop axle, just to lower the front. It's got The leaf spring works good. It's got okay suspension. That's all I need for this car. Now, another thing it was doing is it was really choppy going through the corners. It was like the back end was doing this little bit of hop, and I got a pretty stiff shock on the back. Like it seems okay suspension wise, but I do have a little bit softer springs, so I might end up trying the softer springs. But and to go on this, we've got a fresh coupe body that I laid up yesterday and this morning, and it's all dry, and I'm debating whether I'm gonna chop the roof. If I get the time, I'll probably chop the roof. It's a little. I wish this would fit on here, but it's not going to go on with this pipe sticking out past the frame, because these are, see, yeah, there's just too much going on there. Oh, maybe we can stretch it. Maybe we can stretch it. And the body hasn't been trimmed. Nothing has been trimmed. Like this all needs trimmed out. The front needs trimmed out. Underside needs trimmed out. This is literally fresh. Just before we decided we were going to shoot this video, I popped this out of the molds. I hosed it down with the hose to get the PVA off of it. But yeah, I don't know. I might build this with a fendered. I might do a fendered car. Do away with the fakey motor up front. This body, actually, the yellow car that I had here, it sits, hangs almost about an inch past the chassis when you get it just sitting just right. Once I get this one trimmed up, we'll have a better look at it. But and another new addition to the family, I picked up one of these. Yes, our favorite shopping place, Amazon. Ordered it last night. It was here this afternoon. It's a new Radiolink transmitter. I have not bought myself a new transmitter. This old Tactic that I've been using. So I had 3 receivers for it. One died many moons ago, got wet and it just died. And then I had one that was a little twitchy, and then like a week ago I plugged in my Old Faithful, and poof, the smoke come out of it, and I was like, well, okay, Old Faithful's done. It was Old Faithful. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Just, it was a geyser. It poofed smoke, and once the smoke comes out, you can't put it back. So I took the twitchy one, and I actually kind of fiddle-farted around with it, and it was just the pins on like channel 1. They were a little bit loose, so I just hit them with the soldering iron on the backside, and seemed to be working okay. That was what I tested the car with yesterday. But for what these things are worth, for what they're worth, and this is the 5-channel V2. I could have got the V3, but I'm not crazy about all the fancy schmancy, gyros and stuff. So I got this. That's the old Tactic one that I kind of fixed up. And you can't. I looked all over the internet. I would love to be able to still buy these little receivers. As you can see, they're antenna-less. There is no antenna. Whereas this one, so this is a little Radiolink, and it does have a little short antenna. So, yeah, gonna have to put a little, antenna inside the car. But the nice thing about this one was it didn't come with one; it came with 2 receivers. Like, look how small these things are. That's what controls your car right there. You plug your battery into it. You plug your throttle and brake servo and your steering servo, and you're good to go. Like, look, And so it's like 2 postage stamps, eh? It's like the size of 2 postage stamps, just a little thicker. But yeah, nice little unit. It's over 1,000-foot range. You know, it's you can program in multiple models, and I just figured you know what, I deserved. I think I bought that Tactic probably about 25 years ago. That was the last time I ever bought you know, 2.4 gigahertz. That was the first 2.4 gigahertz radio, and now I got me a brand new one. And yeah, we'll put it to the test. Came with this fancy schmancy lanyard. You know, I can put it on my head. Not that, what do I, for the boat? Yeah, I'll probably use the lanyard on the boat remote, you know, because when I put it in the water, you know, I have dropped these in the water launching boats, and they're no good after that. But yeah, man, there you have it, man. Second edition, double shot, Tuesday for Sharp Customs. Make sure you all comment, share, like, subscribe. Love you all. Peace. I'm out.